going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Daily Rage Quit. I'm your host, WEISS, and alongside me, a guy who always makes a protein shake before he goes to the gym, STEELMAN.
What's up, guys? Like and subscribe below. Toss a nice frisbee of comments right in there.
In today's episode, everybody, we're diving into Call of Duty Lethals, specifically running through proximity mines. Former EOD officer Cleaver is going to dive in and tell us how realistic or how phony baloney the proximity mines are in the game. Let's roll that clip. Now, talking about listening, we've got one more lethal weapon because there is a special bonus lethal weapon we'll talk about. It's not even really a lethal weapon. It's not used out in the field at all. We got to talk about the proximity mine. I think that's one of the big ones we've got to hit because this one is buggy as hell in the game as it already is. And the best part is I'm no master in explosives. I don't know this shit at all. But I'm pretty sure if you lay underneath a proximity mine when it goes off, I'm pretty sure you're not prone not to die. But in this particular game, that's how it works. So Cleaver, proximity mines. How realistic are they in Call of Duty?
Yeah. It's really everything about this mine just doesn't make much sense to me in Call of Duty. So we'll start with the Bounding Betty aspect of it, how it's supposed to leap up off the ground up to crotch stomach level and detonate. While there are mines that do that, they would need something to get them off the ground. It can't just be a flat mine. It would have to be like the German S mine, one of the original ones, is like a coffee can or a smaller coffee can. And it has inside of it a propelling charge to launch a little grenade inside, out and up to detonate. This looks like it takes off like a UFO. Boosters underneath of it or something. And there's absolutely no room for being expelling charge. So, I mean, what the mine looks like to me is it looks like either a scaled up version of a little tiny toe popper mine that would usually just have like a flat pressure plate on top of it, or maybe a scaled down version of an anti-tank mine, which it should be thicker so it could have more of a anti-tank, shape charge effect. And then it has the right fuse for a lot of Bouncing Betty type mines, that little 3-prong that you can, sort of kick or glance your foot against in any direction to make it go off. A lot of the Bouncing Betty mines have delayed fuses too, so that like the first man in the patrol will kick and disturb it, and then it'll give it, a little, whatever period of seconds, so that more people can walk into the area and like detonate in the middle of the patrol. But yeah, this is an amalgamation of a bunch of different types of mines that they stuck together. It looks like to me. I mean, who knows? I guess something like it could exist, but in the game it says it's for vehicles, so it doesn't seem like it's big enough to be an anti-tank mine to me.
I think what you mentioned, pressure plates. What do you mean exactly by pressure plates?
Yeah, so that's just a very common way for a mine to be detonated. It means that there's like a flat plate on top, and someone has to step or a vehicle has to roll over and apply a certain amount of pressure, whatever the mine's designed for. If it's an anti-personnel, it's going to be like 3 to 5 pounds. It's going to be lighter. If it's anti-tank mine, it's going to be a lot heavier in terms of how much pressure to detonate it, because they're using it for tanks and they don't want it to be wasted on a guy or something. So pressure plate is just a flat thing on top that you can push down, like I step on it. That's the switch that activates it.
What was the toe mines that you had talked about?
Yeah, like a little. This is like this toe popper. Toe popper is a name for any tiny anti-personnel mine that probably just has like a little quarter pound, half pound, some small amount of explosive in it. So they're designed not to kill. They're designed to blow like half your foot off, and then you're a casualty for the unit. You're having to be, dragged out of there, taking 3 to 5 guys out of the fight or something, So it's like this. There's a lot of wow. I think they might be Italian. There's a lot of different designs for little toe popper mines, but usually they're just really like a tiny version of what this one looks like, but with a flat little pressure plate on top. And they're kind of thin like that because they don't need to have a shape charge or anything. So this kind of looks like a scaled up version of that.
So I guess the thought behind that is that, you kill one guy, you take one guy out, you injure a guy, then you take 4 guys out, and that's kind of Wow, I never knew that it even existed. But I mean, obviously, intelligent design in the case of war. Obviously, you don't want to say
And if
it's a
they're very
great
tiny,
design, but
if they're very tiny, then you could just have like a vehicle that's just driving by, throwing out fields of them, or you can have like a big canister that drops them, or helicopters with like launchers on the side, just like launching out fields of these things.
wow.
Yeah. That's why it's actually an enormous problem in a lot of countries right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the ones that keep on searching for mines and all that, right?
I mean, they're just like there forever,
Yeah, some kid steps on them or something. Yeah.
That's a bummer. Now, when it comes to the bouncing Betty piece, this thing pops up pretty much to like the chest level. Is like how high are bouncing? Like it's supposed to I guess bouncing Betty wise, because that's what they're trying to go for. It sounds like to get that high reach.
Yeah.
How high are they supposed to go?
I think it's usually crotch, maybe belly level.
Ugh.
Yeah, but it's just again,
Right.
that's just gonna. It's once you get all your soft parts, it doesn't want to. It's gonna, fuck up. You're just fucked there. You're just bleeding out if you get hit around there.
Mince up your man meat.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh God, put it right through the grinder.
Yeah.
Take away the enemy's ability to procreate.
Yeah. And I'm pretty sure if you laid on the ground, it would still fuck you up pretty bad. But I guess, I imagine if you're right under it, it would definitely kill you.
Yeah.
Thank you all for tuning in to another episode of the Daily Rage Quit, a special series with former EOD officer Cleaver. Be sure to subscribe down below. We want to keep these videos going. Also, like or dislike. We need to know if you like our shit or not.
Yeah, keep the comments going. Let us know how you guys like this series. If you want to see more series, or if you want us to touch on other explosives from other games and their real life application, please put it down below. From all of us at the Daily Rage Quit, peace.